Hello, I'm Samuel Griffin. I'm one of the 4 regional sales managers for Logic Manufacturing, and I'm going to give you a quick overview about this machine here, which is one of our Electro Broadcasters, the EBC-TFS Electro Broadcaster range. Very simple machine, but also very accurate when it comes to spreading things like grass seed, stubble turnip, swede, clover. It will coat with slug pellets, which they've traditionally been sold for over the years, as well as prilled fertilizer and other granular products. If we start at the base of this machine, you've got a stainless steel fabricated base, good solid base on here. It's mounted on the optional EBC-112 mounting kit, so this then becomes part of the bike rack with the simple 2-piece clamp system on here. On the top here, you've got a rotational molded hopper. It's translucent, so you can actually see the level of product you've got in there very easily when you look back at it. Good feature on these, you've got a simple cleaning bung on here, so if you've got any grass seed or you've got any product left in there, it's quite simple to empty out, tip out, and then you can seal it back up again. Also good for when you're washing it out or cleaning it down, end of use, you can then use that for draining and cleaning purposes. You've got an aluminium disc in here with an upturn on the edge of the disc, so it gives good propulsion to any of the product coming out, and it throws it out as well as out along the side of the machine. Spread widths with this, you could do with grass seed, you'll get anything between 2 to 6 meters, depending on forward speed and wind conditions. Things like oilseed rape, swede seeds, you can get up to 12 meter spread on it. And if you've got a really good quality wet-ex produced pellet or prilled pellet, you can get up to sort of 18 to 20 meters off a quad bike with one of these. Incredibly easy to set up on the flow rate for your application rate, kilograms per hectare. You've simply got a very simple scale of 0 to 12 on here, which you can do a calibration calculation for the type of product, the quantity you want down per square meter, and you can cross-reference it in the user manual to set this off to where you need to. Unique to these machines, you've also got a simple bias setting, which also acts on this scale of 0 to 12, so you can actually turn the angle. Because these are fixed flights on the disc, you can actually alter the angle of where the 2 aperture holes pick up and drop onto the disc. So it would be very different for things like slug pellets or prilled fertilizer to grass seeds. So with slug pellets, you'll probably have it set somewhere in the middle by selecting number 6. And then for grass seed, you would have that right the way around at number 12. And that will give you the best, or the nicest 50-50 spread you can get off a single disc machine then. As I say, it's really accurate. And whether you're putting down a fresh grass lay, you're overseeding with clover seed, which I've been using this machine for recently, it is incredibly accurate down to the last sort of gram per square meter. This machine has got the manual open and close on it, so when you're sat on the bike, you simply reach behind and you pull the lever to open and close the aperture. Now this is the base model. We have 2 further control systems, so we have a machine which has got a electric open and close, which is the next model up. All this cassette is all the same, all the calibration's all the same, it's just the actuation. Instead of pulling a manual lever, you've very simply got a simple control box, and it has got an on-off switch for the disc, and you've got an open and close for the aperture that's done for an electric motor. Now, above this model, we've then got a variable speed machine, which comes with this control box, which again has your on and off for the disc, open and close for the aperture, but it's then got variable disc speed. So if you're trying to calibrate the spread width over an implement, or in a tight area, you're working close to water courses, this is a really good option for you because you can alter that spread width very quickly from the comfort of the seat of the bike. Now this is the 80 litre capacity hopper. We do have the option with a larger hopper, but it does have a larger motor. This has got the small, flat, low current draw motor in it. It's suitable for use with quad bikes. It takes approximately 12 amps to fire up and 8 amps to run, which will run nicely off of a quad bike. The larger machine, which is the 120 litre hopper, so it's just slightly wider, but lesser slope going into the base, has a much bigger Bosch motor on it, but it does take a lot more current draw to start, and that's why it's not recommended for ATV use, because the batteries and the charging system on the bikes can't cope. But that's the sort of machine you'd mount onto your self-propelled sprayers, your tying grass harrows behind tractors, or even your larger side-by-side buggies. So if you're running anything like a mule, a gator, a Can-Am, CF Moto, and on all of those other makes of side-by-side vehicles, you can mount one of the larger hopper machines in the back tray. What I would say though is if you're primarily going to be spreading grass seed, stick with the 80 litre hopper. It has these nice steep sides feeding into the entry of the aperture in the base, and it allows the grass seed to flow nicely. With the larger machine, the larger hopper, I wouldn't recommend it for grass seed because it has a much shallower entry and you won't get any more grass seed into that hopper capacity because it bulks and creates bridging in there. Fantastic for your free flowing materials, your fertilizer, slug pellets, but for grass seed, stick with a 80 litre capacity hopper. So if you'd like any further information, help with calibration, setup of these machines, more information about what they're capable of spreading and overseeding, please contact myself or one of my colleagues at Logic. Have a look on the website, logictoday.co.uk, or pick up the phone and speak to us, and we'd be more than happy to help you.